Okay, good day guys, Mike here. It's about 5:25 p.m. and I've got about 4 hours of light left, and we're gonna go on a little bit of a hike. I've got, not sure if you can see that, I've got my pack here and my binoculars, all of my gear, and we're gonna see how this goes. I'm going to try and make about 3 kilometers at the very most, maybe only about 2 kilometers, and then I'm going to try and do a hammock setup and a tarp set. So I'll give you some footage. It's pretty tough going for an old guy like me. I'm not really in great shape right now either, so I'll be honest, this is definitely a little more difficult trail than I thought it was. I thought I was going off track and my GPS died, which is kind of a pain because I wanted to record the track, but I'm not worried about getting lost. I have my compass and I'm staying on, well used trails. But I did eventually find the first important marker that I needed to, and that's where the trail splits to the yellow trail, which goes out along the ocean. So according to the map, well, actually, let me flip the camera around and I'll show you the map right here. Okay, let's look at the map here. Okay, I parked my car right about there at the end of my fingernail and walked back this way and then came along, and it got brutally rough through this section here, and I thought I missed this turn-off point right here, and now we're going to head out on the yellow trail to the coast, and somewhere between here, probably a little bit further, maybe somewhere about here and this point, I'm going to find a place to set up for the night. I'm not going to go past that point. That's 3 kilometers one way from the car, and that's enough for me. And I'm 6:30 right now, so I'm 1 hour into the hike and I'm right here, and I know there's a really brutal section coming up here shortly, and then it should get a little bit better as I get towards the coast. And this is a small one. There's logs 5 times this size you got to get over. Okay guys, we're slowly making our way along the water line. I'm thinking it levels out eventually and the trees thin out a bit, but I'm keeping my eye out. It's 25 after 7 now, so I'm 2 hours into the hike. I'm keeping a lookout for good spots for a hammock and a tarp. I think a little further along and it's going to thin out a little more. I'm looking for like an open patch with grass. It's 10 after 9, sunset's in about 5 minutes, and it'll be dark by 9:30, so I'm not going to film the setup. I'm just going to do it, and then maybe I'll take some pictures if it's light enough, and then if not, I'll wait until morning. Anyway, I'm halfway through an overnight hike down by the ocean front, and I spent the night in the hammock here, so let's just make this short. I'll show you my setup. Okay guys, I lost my little gorilla pod somewhere along the trail, so we're gonna have to freehand this. Anyway, this hike, this is the mild part of the woods. This is real thin basically. Most of it was very, very thick along the water line. You can see the water out there. It's real early, it's like 6 in the morning. Sun just came up a little while ago. And I just thought I'd show you the setup here. This is an older model Hennessy hammock with a bottom entrance. It works okay though. I've used it off and on over the years. I've had it for about probably 20 years. Anyway, it's just got 4 tie downs, 2 for the hammock right here, and one on the other side, and then 2 for the fly. And this is my homemade, or I guess repurposed, tarp skins that I slide over the whole thing when I'm packing it up. This is made out of a dollar store loofah. And I use homemade tree savers. The benefit of that is they save the bark on the trees, they save wear and tear on the actual hammock attachment, and they give you a little more distance. Now guys, I mean, looking around in the woods here, you'd think, holy crow, there's no shortage of trees. But you know what? Man, I spent a half an hour trying to find a place to set up. I got one main rule, you know, when it comes to where to set up, and that's, I don't like being over anything that I can hurt myself if for some reason the hammock lets go. I mean, even this is some pretty big moss covered rocks, but most of it's really nasty. So I did find this place, and I had the fly on mainly just to protect me from sticks that might fall or something like that during the night. I knew it wasn't going to rain. It's very, very warm here right now. I did use the super light sleeping bag for a couple hours last night, and it didn't really help that much. Another tree saver. I did learn a few things on this hike. First thing I learned was the eye cups on the Bausch & Lomb binoculars aren't secure. I lost one of them on the way here. So I lost a eye cup for the binoculars and a gorilla pod at least. And I did injure myself a couple of times. It's a really rugged trail. It's I spent 3 hours from the time I left the vehicle until I got here, which was my plan. I wanted to come to this particular spot. I actually kind of told myself I would go a little bit further if I felt like it, but I'll be honest, by the time I got here I was pretty beat. I'm gonna repack my pack. I drank 1.5 liters of water over the course of 3 hours yesterday coming out to this site. So I think I have, well, I know I have 2 liters of water left because I haven't gone through the canteens yet. I might refill the bladder. The bladder is so much more convenient. You don't have to take your pack off. And then I'm going to repack, a few of these things. It'll be a little bit nicer because I'm going to be heading back to the car with a little bit less weight. I didn't bring any food or anything like that. No campfires. There's a fire ban on right now. So, anyway, I just thought I'd give you my hike details. Have a great day, everybody. Mike out.